Thank you, Michael, for the very nice presentation. I will not attempt to correct you, even though you got my name wrong. Well, my name is Allawi. Anyway, one of the challenges that that one has when he is at the end of the panel is that you get to hear almost the same message, not all of the messages, but the same message on and on. But that is really a very true reflection that although we are competitors in many aspects of the petrochemical industry, we tend to agree on one single subject, and that is the opportunities that Saudi Arabia can give to us as major petrochemical players and also to the various potential investors in the kingdom. So with that, I'm truly honored to be part of this very distinguished panel to share with you some of the Dow's experiences in setting up petrochemical industry and building up downstream businesses. The Arabian Gulf, and we call it the Arabian Gulf, not the Persian Gulf, and in general, and particularly the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, is an ideal place for the petrochemical industry and the downstream businesses to thrive and flourish. Not only because of the availability of advantaged feedstock, but an opportunity also for the talent and the workforce development, as well as a tremendous strategic geographical position that can act as a central hub to service and manage businesses in emerging geographies such as in the Asia Pacific, in Africa, and in East Europe. I think we all recognize, most of us who are in the petrochemical industry, that petrochemical investments is a great enabler for downstream business creation, which in turn will attract a multitude of businesses and industries such as the automotive, packaging, consumer goods, and I think many of my colleagues alluded to the same concept of what the petrochemical can be as a driver to downstream industries. In fact, according to the American Chemistry Council, for every one job created within the core petrochemical industry, 5 jobs are created in downstream associated manufacturing and associated services. Now, in addition to the advantaged feedstock and the geographical location of the kingdom has a significant experience as a trading nation that supports investment. This fact has been recognized by the World Bank, and you have heard this statement for the past 2 days. But it's very true. The World Bank has rated the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as 12th out of 183 economies in terms of ease of doing business. And the thing is, this is not a one-off thing. They have been rated within that particular grading, if you like, for the past 2 to 3 years. We, as Dow Chemical, can vouch for that because we have been associated with the kingdom since the mid-70s, in fact, where we established our first partnership with one of the leading business families, E.A. Jafali and Brothers. And in the early 80s, we established our first manufacturing joint venture with them to produce, at the time, was state-of-the-art extruded polystyrene foam insulation for the construction industry. This was something which was, at the time in Dow, unheard of because we would never joint venture that particular technology, and we always kept it very much internally for our own. So this was a major move on the part of Dow. That particular joint venture was so successful that prompted Dow to increase the participation, and we created another joint venture with Jafali to produce latex for the construction industry as well as for the carpet industry. And you have heard from Dr. Al-Qurtas that we have now also a joint venture to produce acrylic acrylates and acrylic monomers. This is called the Saudi Acrylic Monomer Company, which is a joint venture between Dow, Sahara Petrochemicals, and Tasnia. We are also establishing the first Dow reverse osmosis membrane for water treatment. This is as a manufacturing facility. It will be the first of its kind outside the US, and the first transfer of such transfer of high tech into the region. And of course, with our strategic partners, Saudi Aramco, we now have Sadara, said to be the largest ever petrochemical facility built in one go. Now, while Sadara is truly a petrochemical facility, the project will also include a conversion park and so what we call in our terminology a value park. Now, downstream conversion parks are becoming an increasing integral part of the manufacturing and economic agendas of the region. And I think you have heard it also from my colleagues here on the panel. Why? Because it enables to attract further, more diversified, market-driven technologies, market-driven and technology-differentiated downstream businesses. Now, to give you a bit of an idea of what that means, if you look at one of the business chains that we have emanating from the Sadara joint venture, polyurethane, what will be produced is a combination of basic polyols, performance polyols, isocyanates, and they will feed into a multitude of industries such as furnishing, bedding, and seatings, appliances, construction, footwear, so on and so forth. And this really plays very much into what the Saudi government expects in terms of the diversification programs for the industry. Give you another example on amines. It's a value chain. Amines is produced that goes into a multitude of industries, such as fungicides, that's in the ag business, such as gas treatment, corrosion inhibition, home and personal care, such as shampoos, detergents, so on and so forth. So these are, you start in with a basic molecule, which ends up in a multitude of market-facing businesses. We operated some 20 such conversion clusters worldwide. And one of the examples that we are very proud of is the one in Germany, in central Germany. This has been established in the year 2000. So in a period of around about 10 years, 11 years, we attracted in excess of 20 different manufacturing entities, independent manufacturing entities that make use of some of the synergies that we have with our petrochemical hub site in Germany. Now, the more you move downstream on the business chain, the more requirements and commitments are needed towards innovation, into solution and value delivery, into operational flexibility, and also customer intimacy. Our experience have shown that such industrial clusters will go a long way to meet these requirements by providing value-adding synergies, an optimum balance between producers, suppliers, logistics, and also special services, and also an access to Dow's world-class innovation and development capabilities. Now, while this model contributes significantly to the downstream value chain and facilitates the ease of doing business in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, for it to be truly successful, one should not forget collaboration. Specifically, public-private collaboration like the one we have between Dow, Saudi Aramco, and the Royal Commission has been actually very instrumental in contributing to the country's vision of becoming a leading global manufacturer of value-added products. Thank you very much.